when being stopped by a police officer. Okay? If you get stopped by a police officer, do not get out of the car. Don't just stop and just open the door and just walk out like, what are you pulling me over for? Okay? No, because we had that question before, and they was asking about it. I got out of the car and his guy was out there. Remember, just comply. Remain, do not panic. It's just a traffic stop. Si no tienen licencia, no somos migraciones. Okay? No somos migración, no somos ICE, no somos nada de eso. Si lo paramos y no tienen licencia, ese es el crimen, no licencia. No va a ir a la cárcel. ¿Entiende? No sea, como le digo, nervioso, no se ponga nervioso, nerviosa y no tenga miedo. El otro, respeta las luces y las sirenas. Respect lights and sirens. Okay? If you see them behind you, just pull over safely. But don't drive 20 miles away to your nearest drive-thru. It's a big difference, okay? So always respect that, make sure you do that. Advise officers where your documentation is. Si sus documentos están en el glove compartment, dígale, están aquí, mi licencia está aquí, mi pasaporte está aquí, mi ID está aquí. Pero no vaya, ¿me entiende? No queremos pensar otra cosa, ¿me entiende? Claro. Solo diga, señor, mi pasaporte está aquí en este lugar, ¿lo puedo ir a tener? Go ahead. We'll be happy to do that. ¿Entiende? Y se recuerda que tenemos cámaras. No vamos a tener corte en el carro. We have cameras, we ain't going to have court on the street. Whether you agree with the officer or not, we're not going to have court, you have your court date. If you think it's not fair, you have a court date to go to. But another day said me, what if I don't want to give you my information? I was like, well, if we stop you, if we go with brake lights, you'll be illegally stopped. If you don't want to give us information, we could go as far as arresting you for interfering in public duties. But did you want to have that bad day? Why don't you say, hey, this is what it is. Oh, my brake light works. Well, they don't. Well, they work. Well, they don't. Okay, well, tell the judge that. But don't argue back because we're not going to win. The court's not even there yet. So that's why it's always important to understand and cooperate at all costs. Because it's going to go real bad. And you see it on the news multiple times where it just goes south. Okay? And again, HPD is not ICE. No somos migración, por favor. Tienen eso. Si los paramos, su seguro, su indicación es lo que pedimos. No tengan miedo, cooperen. Dile que está aquí, que está allá, los documentos, y está bien. Pero no me va a pedir documentos de la migración, nada de eso, porque eso no tiene nada que ver con la parada de policía. And again, stop in a safe place. Do not get out of the car. And educate your passengers. If I'm talking to the driver, I'm talking to the driver. What you want an ID for? Can I go? Can I go? What do you want? No, educate your passengers, make sure that this is what's going on, okay? And don't let your passengers start doing this. Okay? Just, you educate passengers because you're driving, you're trying to make that a safe traffic stop. So just some tips to keep in mind. And do not leave unless we tell you to go. Don't say, oh, I don't got time for this. Some people do that. Some people get impatient. It's like, he's taking too long. He's taking too long. I gotta go pick up the kids. I gotta go. Take off. Now you're in the chase.
Late
I
for
gotta
work.
call her. I was like, man, this lady, she was not patient. She left. She said I have to pick up the kids. So, leave when we say, you're good to go, man. Here's your copy. You go. Pero muchas personas piensan que se pueden ir de una parada de policía porque están a prisa o no sé qué es. Se pueden ir cuando nosotros decimos que se vayan. ¿Entiende? En cualquier parada de policía. Next.
If it is actually like an emergency and you're getting stopped.
Well, you tell us, we'll get you an ambulance.
Yeah, well, like, let's say your kids might be in trouble or something like that, and you really got to go.
Then you tell us, we'll get a police officer over there. So I'm sure if you get a
We've had
police
that
officer
happen
over there.
before, and we're like, hey, well, where's it at? Because they can get there faster than you, or safely, you know, so we've had that.
Most of the times because you want to get out of that ticket.
Yeah, we've had this and we've had them all. I gotta go to the bathroom, I gotta go to the bathroom, okay.
Next.
It's the last one, it's the questions.
Who talk first? When you get pulled over, you have to, hey, that's a good question.
No, it is a good question, it
I have
is.
people, when I got pulled over, I looked at him, and all he said to me was like, oh, okay, you got me, I'm drunk.
And on the same thing, I've pulled people over, and the first thing that came out of their mouth is, "Why the F did you pull me over?" So that sets the tone. That's letting you know that it's not gonna go, you know, and we're professional, we've dealt with that. I didn't get offended. I was like, that just lets me know where it's gonna go, so.
And most of the time it's all like, hello, my name is Officer Montalegre, I'm with the Houston Police Department. I'm pulling you over because you have 75 warrants. Or you have a broken tail light. Can I see your license and insurance? Yes, sir, I have my license and insurance, here it is. Oh no, I don't have any of that, sir, but this is my phone number, this is my name and my date of birth, and my insurance, I put it on my phone. It's good to go. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you guys able to tell just by running the plate if they have current insurance or not?
Yes, in our system, it shows in here, but there's always that's what we also got to verify, because you might cancel it yesterday, and it goes automatically to our system, and today you got insurance, and we're pulling you over. That's what we investigate. Okay, it doesn't show that you have insurance, and when that happens, we ask you, can you prove that you have insurance? And you say, well, I don't have nothing on me, but I know you have insurance. Okay, I'm going to give you this ticket, but when you go to court, tell the judge, Judge, I got it at 7 a.m. that day, here's the proof, here's what it is. But our people don't go that way, they don't like that answer. They don't like, well, I tell them that I'm giving you the ticket. Yes.
On something you just mentioned, for example, let's say I forgot my ID at home today and I'm at work and I crossed the red light or whatever. You're definitely giving me a ticket for crossing the red light or anything.
We don't definitely give you tickets. It's our discretion, yeah.
Yes.
But my question is regarding, since I don't have my ID on me, but I still give you my name and information. Is there a possibility that I'm gonna get a ticket because I don't have my ID on me?
Remember, the tickets is a discretion. It depends on what it is. If you are telling me, hey, officer, I was rushing to get my kids, I left my wallet at home, that's where my license is at, but this is my license number, this is what it is. Okay, we'll handle it then. Now, there's a violation for it? Yes, you don't have it on person. But do I want to do that? Me personally, no. There's bigger things to worry about.
Yeah.
With another officer at traffic, as a traffic unit doing that? Yes.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? It's the difference how you encounter it. But if you're the one, why you gonna give me a ticket for that? I just told you I left it out there. I'm
That
like,
sets the tone. That's
Right.
what I said, when
It
that
sets the
person
tone.
told me, "Why the F you pull me over?"
Yeah.
I already know I'm gonna find every
And-
ticket I can write down.
attitude goes a long
But
way.
anyway, that person ended up having a felony warrant, that's why they were so upset with me, but, so.
Attitude goes, yes ma'am.
How do you handle getting stopped by an unmarked vehicle?
Unmarked?
Police
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Okay, unmarked vehicles, we have a lot of unmarked vehicles surveillance at gas stations, convenience stores. We're seeking these people, we're trying to catch them in the act. Yes, we are. Most unmarked vehicles are supposed to have a marked unit with them at all times. But sometimes they have to act because of whatever's going on, and I don't know what the circumstances are. But if you see police, and it says HPD, they treat it as such. If there's a marked unit somewhere, you're going to see that happen. But if you feel like they're fake, or there's some kind of bogus, police department, ask for a supervisor.
But what
If you see no marked units,
Yeah.
if you see no marked units whatsoever, it says HPD 4, you know how we look out there. If you see none of that, it says police, but no HPD, their gun is on this side, and their handcuffs are rusty, and you're like, nah, something ain't right about this. Ask for a supervisor.
So I think what she's saying is when
Can we
you're,
call 911 or?
you're getting
Oh,
pulled
you're
over
driving?
and you look in your rearview mirror and it's unmarked, like one of our slick tops or our ghost
Oh.
shop. So what you would do is if you were unsure, that's one of the reasons I don't like those cars, is you would contact 911. I put your hazards on to let that police officer know if it's a legitimate police officer. I acknowledge you, but I don't feel safe. And you can also pull into somewhere that's heavily populated, where there's a lot of people. So if it's during the day, I would just pull into a shopping, put your hazards on, put into a shopping strip where there's a lot of people. And then, if it's somebody bogus, they're going to keep going. But if it's a police officer, then, you're acknowledging with your hazards. Or if it's at night and you can't see, the hazards, and call 911. And then they'll say, hey, is there a unit out here trying to pull somebody over? And then they'll confirm that way. But pull into somewhere that's very, very populated.
Don't go
where
too
it's
far.
well lit. No, I mean, but if he's right. Don't go too far. But I mean, if you're driving with your hazards, you've acknowledged to me, so I've had it happen to me where somebody didn't want to pull over and they put their hazards. They were trying to find a safe spot, and it took them a minute. I could clearly see that it was a female, and that stuff. So we take all of that into consideration. But you can call 911.
Any other questions?
Last time I got pulled over, and I didn't stop right away. It took me like probably a couple miles. And then not a couple
You went a couple of miles?
No, like
Blocks.
yeah, but
Why did you go a couple blocks?
because you pulled me over, and it took me a while to recognize that he was pulling me over.
Oh, okay. We had that
I
yesterday.
put my windows down. I put one of my hands down, and I'm just driving, to find a spot to park. So I pulled over, As soon as he comes to me, he's like, what didn't you put over? And I'm
Yeah,
like, well,
think about it. In two blocks, right? Did you find a driveway? Or you tell him there was no driveway whatsoever?
well, I was in apartments, you know, like it's just like the
If,
only way I was
inside of the apartment?
No, like I was in the like in Ella Boulevard.
Mhm.
There's like insulated just apartments and complex, so I didn't want to pull in.
Like block a gate.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you could do that because what he would tell you is say move inside the apartment so you go block it away. But if you passing 20 driveways in 2 blocks,
They're thinking you
then they're gonna be like, okay, you had so many chances, why did you do it? That's why we'll ask that question. Remember, it's not personal. It just is why you didn't do such act, and that's because sometimes we're not knowledgeable of these things. Just pull over. If it's not safe, he'll tell you. Hey, one time he stopped in the middle of the freeway. Boom.
yeah.
I said, oh hell, no, I'm not gonna do it here. I said, sir, put the next exit over on the parking lot. And we drove about a mile too. And guess what? I was happy with that. But I was appreciated that he respected my lights and we pull over.
And I've had a lot of people put their hazards on, like, you know, especially like him, like, I don't pull people on the freeway, I will literally like wait for them to get close to an exit and then I'll put my lights on and so they know, oh, let me get off on the exit. But I've had that where they'll put their hazards on and they'll be like, you know, like pointing like, hey, I'm trying to find somewhere to safely park for both of us, which I greatly appreciate, and I probably have never written a ticket for that because I like, they both just being safe, you know, so.
Okay, this is the end of my presentation. I know it's getting very late. You have this, my information is on there as well, and my information was on the beginning. Put it back to the number 1. If you have further questions, we'll be here after if you have the time. I'm not sure if your boss or whatnot allows you, but I'll be here to answer any other questions to help you out with more knowledge in police work. Let me know. Thanks for coming again. You can turn these in anytime you want.
Thank you.